Hello, Moto. No, I'm just kidding. So, this has been a long time because when I started this channel, I never thought I would have to use this, but in case you don't pay attention to the wall, because when I also started this for a long time, they didn't have a wall. I mean, they did, but it was all under channels and stuff, and they created it. And now, yes, I finally got back to computer. I admit that I was on a mobile when I first started the channel. I did not ever have it in my mind to do this to absolutely gain more views or whatever. I just firstly started because I felt like the channel had died, and it did. And I admit that I gave up, and I have checked on it every once in a blue moon to keep it active because this channel has been my primary source as far as me being able to get where I can absolutely, you know, listen to music and stuff because, well, I could use the main account that I use now, and we know that this channel had been created originally by me, and then I let a personality take over. Um, yeah, so you could check the wall or don't, doesn't matter to me, because yeah, I gave up on this channel. When I started seeing zero views, that's when I knew it was time to move on. And I hadn't stopped having faith in the show. I just haven't been able to do the show the exact same way. I did, however, continue it on in a different way. I'm still me, but a lot has changed over the years. I realize that right now we're sitting in 2024, and it has been a long time since I've actually uploaded a video. And originally, when I made that video, I said to return this soon. I had thought of an idea of coming back, but it just didn't happen. So by the time I checked on it for views, it was too late. I had already given up. I haven't given up on the show, but like I said, it has been remade. I mean, yeah, I've had to start over countless times for the games that I've done, but there's also newer games that are in the fold, in the works. And by the works, I mean I'm working on them as I go along. I've been doing them off screen and uploading them. There's already a lot already released on the channel BitChute as well as YouTube. The difference between the two, and we'll tell you this right now, the main magic happens there. You'll see the difference of what I mean. Because, I mean, there's quite a few of them that are going to be exclusively right now actually on BitChute. And then there's going to be obviously one that are going to be exclusively there. I don't know yet. I'm not too sure on that. But I am going back and forth between YouTube and here, my main account. I just say this isn't my main account, but it technically is and technically ain't because it's a veteran account. Because this account has been around, so many centuries now, and I'm happy where I'm at. I get plenty of views to help me out. If you're still here, I hope that you at least consider the idea. That I know it's a hard thing to do, move from one channel to the next, and I'm not saying don't or unsubscribe from this channel, but I would like for you to keep your subscription here, in case I absolutely update here or something or whatever, because I might post something here casually, but I'm not gonna promise any more videos because I had already stopped doing videos a long time ago, but I figured I would give you an update anyway because I have not been on this channel in ages. And I don't know if I talked about it or what, but I think I used to have links or something, but I have moved on from this channel. Sorry. It's nothing against you if you're still here or if you're just now here, just now subscribing and all that, but, you know, I don't want to lose you as a subscriber here, but because if I do, then that probably means you probably won't want to subscribe to the newer channels. Well, they're continuing it on, for the show that I've created. So the question isn't whether or not I'm wanting to do the show. It's just, again, I can't promise you the same exact show I've been doing for a long time. Because where I had was I was doing voices and stuff like that. I created my own little deal to absolutely make a world because it was part of the show. And it wasn't to try and fool you to be fake or nothing like that. It just was a show. And I even admitted to it, but it wasn't to get views or to get subscribers or anything like that. But I appreciate each and every one of you. However, you know, I didn't move because I wasn't getting subscribers. It was because I was getting 0 views on videos. That's what happened to me on my new channel as well on YouTube. And I moved to BitChute. BitChute has been a plenty of source. I mean, yeah, I've only got 15 subscribers, but the more the merrier. You know, and I didn't even know if anybody should be commenting or not because I mean I didn't know. I mean I knew it mattered, but at the same time I know it didn't. Like in other words, how do I put this where it makes more sense to you? Like in other words, I didn't know if it was always important to check the comments and stuff like that, and always reply to everyone on there. Say why thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, like, I don't mind putting in a video every now and again, like most, people do. I always say thank you anyway in the video, but I don't like thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you all for these, for years. Um, yeah, I always thank you viewers for watching, stuff like that, especially because, my videos get done well in advance. That's why I got myself up further than I've ever done with um, shows and stuff. So off screen. And off screen, as far as being released goes, you know, we're still kind of on the same page because I won't remember until we get there. So, you know, in the meantime, this was a great starting point for me. I admit that it was very good. That I wouldn't say it was better, but it was good for a good starting point. And now that I can do much better, not just with mobile, so I hope to get better even more on that at some point if I ever do get back into mobile. Right now, I've got back into the computer. Because computer to me will always be better anyway, not just because it has a mouse and keyboard, but you can use a controller, which didn't used to be a thing until they started making it possible for that. So that's, a thing that, always meant more to me to be here. And I don't use photos in the background to get views, nor do I do logo images to get views. I have never done anything like that, and I don't believe in the idea that you should offer gift cards and stuff like that just to be a legit person, on the internet. Being part of the show and whatnot is just something that I just started out here, and yeah, I mean, the show served its purpose. It was a great show, and it was a great one while it lasted. But at the same time, I'm just going to show you right now that this is not where I'm at. I actually have this up because of that, but I have it saved because this is it. If you're seeing this, this is the new channel. There is going to be sometimes, the beginning there's going to be nothing, and then some here and there, but if you want better, way better with more better magic, this is the place right here. Even though it says this, but there's also this right here at the bottom of it versus Killer. It's the same kind of principality, but the difference is, Because, yeah, my name is Brian Barnett Gossi. It's nice to meet you. It's an honor to meet you. And I tell you what, though, I don't do things to fake myself. A lot of my stuff that I did when I was doing this show was based off my own real life. There were some things that weren't real. I'll admit that because, again, it wasn't to fake myself to get views or nothing like that. But it's a lot of stuff I would talk about. I don't remember anything of what I said, but I remember enough to tell you that there was some things I do remember now that I mention it. But there was like a story I had to come up with because I felt like it was part of a deal that would kind of explain their absence because that's what I did. It was just to explain their absence as a kind of a story-driven work, kind of like wrestling and stuff. Where they have their own story-driven thing. The only difference is that they get real. Wrestling will always be fake. I don't care how many times people say, "Well, this is not real." To explain this, wrestling is fake. Okay. Now I'll admit that injuries are not fake, but the reason why wrestling is so fake, okay, is because of the story-driven line stuff that they do before they get into the match, and as well as that their wrestling moves are not really real. They do it so carefully to make sure that they don't injure anybody. It's actually been proven though. In fact, you can try and hide it all you want to, but you cannot get away from the truth. Okay, the truth of the matter is, there's never been a moment when people go out of the way to hurt people. You know, when they do their wrestling moves. I mean, there's been times when there's probably been extreme moments back when Mick Foley was in charge and they were trying to do all these extreme moments of like, no, 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 you can't be serious. It's thumbtacks, all this stuff. I can kind of see where Mick Foley was kind of coming from, but still, you know, why put so much pain on yourself for real more than you already have to when you have to do wrestling because you could injure yourself doing stuff. You know, it's just, you know, people can get injured. That's the only real, thing about it, And yeah, even hitting your hand on the mat can injure yourself. That's why that a lot of people that are there to call the match when they hit 1, 2, 3 retire because they can no longer hit their hand on the mat because that is hard on the skin. Wasn't it for that, then people wouldn't retire. So, but yeah, I mean, honestly, I would have to say that in all my life, if you even want to call this a career, I've never been in it to make money. Even though that I finally got a chance to make money, it was bull crap. They kicked me out of that program, and they never said why. And it took them a long time. They finally said we're sorry and blah 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 blah. And then they finally gave me only nothing but a penny. A penny. Now, like I said, I've never done this for the sake of money, and even if I could get an offer to make money, I'm not gonna be like, well, if I don't get money, I'm not gonna make a video. I don't care nothing about that. I'm not making any money, but like, in other words, if I had been, I'm not gonna just like wait till I get paid from whomever's giving me money just to do this. No, I'll admit that I probably have to wait till things do sometimes get there if I want to continue on, to do that stuff. That's what, you know, a little bit, but not more than probably just a few moments of my life or whatever to get other things done. Other than that, it's just nothing, other than that, it's just to continue on. Like basically paying a bill every month. You take care of a few things, and then I'm free for the rest of the time to record, and then upload and release at a good appropriate time. And I'm gonna go ahead and release this anyway because probably between today or tomorrow. I don't care. But this will not be on my new BitChute channel. But I'm not gonna say, for the record, it's not new for this year. But it's new in the fact that, well, it's not been as around as long as this channel has been. They've been around for a few years at least. The new channels have been. The YouTube channel has been a little bit more longer than that. A few years actually longer, and only by a couple of years, maybe a little more around there. The other one, less time, and that was the one on BitChute. And yeah. And the only reason why I say the magic is because, well, you're gonna see the difference. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to get anything taken down or anything. But yeah, I do keep this thing up as much as I can. I don't have to pay a bill for that. But I will say that at the same time that, you know, it has been a great run. But I will still continue to do it in my own way. In between YouTube, the other channel, and even though I had to switch it back and forth, it's a little bit annoying, but it's not really that annoying. Like, oh, I can't deal with it. No, it's just, you know, because I get a better deal here, even though I don't use this to upload anymore. But versus, you know, there, and you know, that's just it between YouTube and YouTube. That's between there and there. It depends on what you're talking about specifically. But I still, as far as upload goes, you know, there's that, and then there's BitChute. So right now, I'm still working on BitChute, and I probably will swing back into YouTube someday, at some point, but I don't know when. So I mean, I've started quite a few projects. I try not to start too many when I'm releasing. I don't mind starting. I mean, I started doing a deal where I was gonna do like as many as I could, which I did. There's still many more I would like to do, but I'm not gonna release them. I might release intro trailers, whatever, every once in a blue moon or something like that. But other than that, they won't be out till they're done, or at least, well, not until then, but till one of the other ones is done, and then that way, you know, replace that, you know. As I've always wanted it to be. The only difference is that newer games I had no idea, and I'm still in the midst of trying to get where I can get PS2 and PS3 to work. So yeah, I had a great computer. I might have to do a little bit of upgrade, but it wouldn't have been so bad as this one here. So here does moderately good, even though the Intel has always been good with other, you know, working with other products, but they keep talking like, well, you just can't run this on Intel. Oh, yes, I can. I admit there's still some lag, but it's going to happen anyway, no matter what graphics card you use. No matter, even if it doesn't matter if it's a computer or a laptop. This is a laptop, not that it matters. But it's still a computer, you know. And even if it's a tower-based computer, you're still gonna have lag. It just depends on what's going on. Like if you don't have the necessary stuff, I mean, you don't have to have it super fancy and all that to absolutely do anything. But if you want to do a bunch of other stuff, yeah, you're probably gonna need to be super fancy. But I'm gonna be happy with what I want, and I don't intend to get into a bunch of newer games. Maybe in my next life, or if I'm still around, I might do that. But in the meantime, I want to thank you guys for the many new viewers and the years to come. And even though that it was too late for you guys to show up, me to actually care enough to keep uploading. It's not your fault. It happens. For those of you that have stuck around, it's the you know that when you finally did show up, it's the ones that kept putting 0 views on my videos. So that's what made me give up. You know, the ones that just also quit on me, didn't care, it's just didn't want to watch. So, and no, I'm not trying to force them. I don't expect anybody to watch or not watch. I just had hoped that people would care enough to absolutely want to know what's been going on and stuff. So, you know, I just want you to know. I don't know if I've made a video like this or not, but if I have, you completely noticed. But don't think I did. So, anyway, I have to admit it was my first time ever doing it, and when it first came out as well, for me to finally be able to do something like that, I didn't even do the thing, and then I finally started using it, but it still didn't make a difference. Where you could talk on a community wall that finally developed, it was completely separate, but yet still part of the program. Anyway, later.